A lot of people have asked me why I need to do this. Why do I need? I have this compelling need and sometimes rage, and even saying it makes me emotional, to reclaim, to restore.
Indigenous people, like all people, have the right to their heritage and their land and their culture and their identity. But throughout history, it's like the government, the white governments in Canada and the United States have deliberately tried to strip the identity and the heritage and the culture from Indigenous people. Some of these treaties that were signed between Indigenous nations and white people, this idea that you could give up your identity, sell your rights as a Mohawk, this became a part of these land treaties where they didn't want anybody coming back in the future saying, well, I'm Mohawk and I didn't sign the treaty, so they wanted to get rid of Mohawks. And to get rid of Mohawks not by killing them, but by having them sign over their rights to their land and their tradition. Sort of really denying a human right for people, for all people. I mean, French people would never sign over their rights to be French. You can't imagine that. So Mohawks, you can't take somebody's identity away from them. It's in your blood, it's in your culture, it's in your genes. That gift of mindfulness, of noticing, it's really an artist's gift because an artist notices. And so I think Native elders have this, practice of noticing and of being grateful for things that really shifts the way people approach the world. So, yeah, as one more white person who feels like they learned so much from Indigenous people, I feel that too much of the white world misses that. And that's one reason why white people should support Indigenous people who are seeking their rights and seeking to protect their heritage, because cultural heritage is something for all of us. It's not just for you as a Mohawk, but I need to learn from Mohawks as well. And I actually have already been completely shaped in my professional career by what I learned from Mohawk elders. Because of so much racism and so much undervaluing or rejecting Native teachings. It's either Hollywood treats it as a commodity to make money off of, or people dress up on Halloween to look like Indigenous people and trivialize it. But few people actually just stop and actually listen to what's being said and learn from it. And not to idolize it and not to Hollywoodize it, but to treat it as the sacred heritage, as everybody's heritage in the world is. That, look what we've learned from the Irish, from the Italians. Why would we want to give any of that up when there's a whole culture and tradition that is rich and has a lot to teach the world?